the truth about going under the knife to try to fucking get fat loss results. This is a lady I've been helping with fasting who went under the knife 3 fucking goddamn times. She had 2 fucking crooked fucking bariatric surgeries done that did not fucking work. Fucking a gastric bypass and a fucking goddamn lap band. And the 3rd surgery she had was done right here in Edmonton, Alberta, liposuction surgery by some fucking crook that basically butchered the fuck out of her. His name, Dr. Bariatric, Barrylyck. She has not told these fucking stories to anybody and is coming out to help you so you don't make the same mistakes she did and go get fucked over when all you need to do is stop fucking eating and start fucking fasting.
Hi everyone. So due to overwhelming response from the last video that I did that Cole posted on the Snake Diet YouTube channel, I've decided that I should make another one. I have not only gone under the knife for a lap band surgery, but I've also gone under the knife 2 more times in desperation to lose weight. So just so everybody knows, this is really hard for me to admit. The biggest reason it's hard to admit is because when you have a procedure done, there's a certain expectation when people know what you've had done. So it goes back to what Cole said about the placebo effect. So in 2014, I weighed my heaviest at 297.4 pounds. And through desperation, and through lots of research, like trust me, I researched the shit out of it, I decided to go to Mexico and have a gastric bypass. This is something that's very hard for me to admit to people because the biggest reason, this is tough. The biggest reason is because when people find out that you've had a gastric bypass, their response is always, oh, you took the easy way out. Bullshit. There was nothing easy about it. They also say, oh, well, that's why you're losing weight, because you've had a gastric bypass, so it's automatic, you're going to lose weight. That's also bullshit. So basically what a gastric bypass is the doctor cuts you open and removes half to 3/4 or 3, sorry, this is tough. The doctor removes half or 2/3 of your stomach, depending on the severity of your weight loss and all that kind of good stuff. They also remove a good portion of your small intestine. And then they rewire your large intestine to the top part of your stomach, your pouch, whatever you want to call it. And basically how it's supposed to work is that you're bypassing a part of your intestine that absorbs calories, fat, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how much I believe that, because the reason why you lose weight so much in the first year of having a gastric bypass is because of the placebo effect, the pressure you get from your friends and family, and because it hurts to eat. Your insides are taken out and your stomach hurts and everything hurts. It's painful for a really long time. It's a pretty long healing process. So basically, the reason for your biggest amount of weight loss in the first year of bariatric surgery is, can anybody guess? Fasting? I hardly ate anything that first year that I had surgery just because it was so painful. So, you can save yourself some money and save yourself some trouble and just go on the snake diet and do what Cole tells you to do. bariatric surgery is a farce, as far as I'm concerned. It's really hard. Oh, guys, I can't even tell you how hard it is for me to admit that to people. Because so many people in my life don't know that that is what I had done because of fear of being judged, basically, is what it boils down to. I've lost a lot of weight, but I don't want anybody to think that I've lost the weight because I've had bariatric surgery, because that's not true. I've put in lots of hours, lots of time, lots of workouts, lots of meal prepping, lots of fasting in the last 2 years to get to where I am. And anybody who sees my journey and sees that I'm losing weight and knows that I had gastric bypass, I'm sure that's what they're thinking. Oh, well, of course she's losing weight because she's had a gastric bypass. And that's disappointing to me. If I would have had my time over again, I never would have taken that trip to Mexico. I would have saved my money, and I just would have done what I've been doing the last few years. So, I bet you're probably all wondering what the third thing was that I did. This one's also really hard to admit because there's only 2 people in the world who know that I did this, and this was my husband and my mother-in-law, because they both had to care for me after I had the procedure done. But I went to a surgeon in Edmonton about year 4 into my lap band, and I was desperate. Like I said in my first video, I couldn't lose weight. The weight wouldn't come off. I was completely stuck. Yeah, I was. So I went to this surgeon who's a well-known dermatologist and plastic surgeon in Edmonton, and he's a fucking quack, and I really wish that I never would have given him my $12,000, but I went and had liposuction. Yep. Yeah, I did. That was one of the worst decisions of my life. The liposuction, it is the most barbaric thing, traumatizing experience I think I've ever been through in my life. I'm still traumatized by it, and this happened probably 8 years ago. So, fuck, this is hard. I went to the surgeon, and what he promised me was nothing near what the experience was. He sugarcoated everything. He lied to me, blatantly lied to me. He lied to me about the results I was going to get. He lied to me about the procedure. He lied to me about the pain. He lied to me about everything. So here's the procedure, okay? If you're squeamish, I would turn this video off now. Okay, for the rest of you who are not squeamish, I laid on a table. He punched holes in my abdomen with, it looked like a hole punch. You can hear it clicking. Oh, by the way, I'm awake for this entire thing, okay? Then he injects me full of, I don't know how much fluid, a lot of fluid, and he swells my abdomen out. Then he takes this really long rod, okay, this really long rod, and he starts going into the holes and digging. Okay, I feel every single part of this, okay? He's digging and he's sucking my fat out. So after he's done, okay, so no, wait, I have to add something. It was so excruciatingly painful that I was crying. And the doctor looked at me, and I will never forget his words. He looked at me and said, "Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to stop? Because I already have your money, so I can stop." Wow. Yeah, that was tough. So he kept going, because he promised me these results. He promised me the world. And like he said, he already had my 12 grand. He could stop at any time, cash my check, and be good to go. So when he's all done butchering you, you stand up and a nurse comes in and you're leaking fluid and fat and blood and everything else out of all of these holes that he just punched into you. And this nurse comes in with a rolling pin. Not lying. A nurse comes in with a giant metal rolling pin, and she goes up and down and pushes as hard as she can and goes up and down over and over again on your abdomen, squeezing the fluid, the fat, and the blood. It's running all over my legs, all over my feet. I'm so traumatized. I'm crying. I'm an emotional wreck. And so they put you in this compression garment and they send you home, and you know, in 2 weeks it's supposed to all be gone, and he promised me that my fat cells were going to be sucked out, so I was never going to be able to have a fat abdomen again, and all of this bullshit. And 2 weeks later, I looked worse than I did before. And you know what? He was right. That doctor had my fucking money. And I felt like I'd been scammed. So when I say that I've been through just about anything that a person has been through to lose weight, I'm not lying. So it's been a long time since I've talked about that. I actually don't think I've ever told anybody that story about my liposuction. So yeah, sorry, I'm just a little bit emotional right now, but please take it from me, because I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm talking from real life experiences, okay? So if you're considering liposuction, don't fucking do it. Message me and I will tell you anything that you want to know about it. If you're considering going to Mexico or joining the Edmonton Weight Wise clinic to have bariatric surgery, don't do it, okay? Follow what Cole has to say. He will steer you in the right direction. I have gotten better and more results in the last 2 weeks than I have in my entire life, and that includes going under the knife 3 times. So if anybody has any questions, wants to reach out to me, I'm always around. You can get a hold of me via the Snake Diet Motivation Group, or you can just private message me, and I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. Okay, so that was real tough, just so you guys know. But yeah, the reason I'm doing this video and the last video is to save anybody out there that's desperate like I was. The pain, the disappointment, and money. Because if I can just save one person from having to go down the road that I've been down, I'll do it. All right, I'm gonna sign off now, friends, but we'll talk soon.